LOU, 100 metres to go, has raced away. LOU guided to the front about 3 lengths, Prince Zero, extra 2 DK late, but it's all LOU. LOU won at will from Prince Zero DK. The leader, Vexatious Dancer. Now New York Luster moves up on the outside to claim it from Get Along and Deep Flow Fever, and New York Luster guided to the line, hands and heels, won at will. And Ambassadorial still kicking, 100 to go. Why Marie and Ambassadorial. It's a fantastic battle. Their heads in unison. Why Marie won the last.
Race winner Caulfeild is remembering Margaret McDonald handicap over 1400 metres, and I am with Prestige Olay. This horse won very dominantly last start. Prestige Schnitzel. Got confused considering there's two Prestige horses in the race. Prestige Schnitzel on top for me. Very confident on this horse winning here. 1 from 3, bolted in last start. Deserved victory. After probably getting beat by Recuperator, who came down the outside, and this horse went up the fence. It was gallant in defeat. I think with the runner of the bout, the winner of the bout, weight drop, good draw. I can see why it's a short price favourite, considering I think it'll win. I've got Caulfeild in for second. I think can run well. He should be up on speed for a long way and be running well. Kaleo gets a bit of a weight, doesn't get much weight off Prestige Schnitzel now that the fact that Tommy Preble was taking the claim, so that's the query, and ran okay on debut, but still Prestige Schnitzel absolutely bolted in there, and Prestige Olay for 4th. But I've got Prestige Schnitzel on top. I think that out of the 2 Jenkins runners in the first, he's the one. Race number 2 at Caulfeild is a benchmark 78 over the 1100 metres, and I am with Gracie's Reign on top. Barrier number 1, no weight now with Luke Cartwright's claim, bringing the weight down to the 55.5 kilos. Actually, with the 55.5 kilos, got that right the first. I thought I got it wrong. I think it's extremely hard to beat. Should lead for fun, hard fit. The only leader in the race, and I think with that, be up on speed and be very hard to beat. Here comes the star. Looks the class of this field, though has to carry the weight, but gets a good draw. Has performed all right first up and gets Bo Mertens, who rode it in his last 2 efforts before the spell. Smart Little Miss is fit. 2 from 2 this preparation has been ultra impressive in both wins and gets a good draw for Ethan Brown. Mitch Freeman trains, and Avebury in for 4th. I thought could run well, but I'm with Gracie's Reign in race 2. Lead, kick, win. That's what I'm expecting her to do. Race number 3 at Caulfeild is a handicap over the 1100 metres, and I am with No Fooling here. This horse looks extremely hard to beat. No way. Bo Mertens, Kieran Maher, those colours are flying the Yulong team. Barrier rate I'm not worried about because it came from the back and was storming over the top of them on debut. It was a very good effort to win on debut at Cranbourne. I think that this horse is built for better races than this and can absolutely towel them up here. Just for show in for second, gets the lightweight. Just for show, the class horse of the field, but has to carry the 58 kilos and draws wide, goes back. But I think can run well. Skipjack could be up on speed for a long way from barrier 2 with the 52.5, giving them a galloping lesson, and Symphony of Colour in for 4th. For those that are wondering, I couldn't have Scampy not as favourite, and I think the money is wrong. I think that out of this field, I think that No Fooling should be favourite, and I think should be winning here. And that's why at $6, keen to have it on top. Race number 4 at Caulfeild is the IVE handicap over the 1400 metres, and I've got my second best bet of the day in this race. No strings attached on top, and I think that this horse should be winning and winning dominantly. Should have won the South Pacific Stakes last start in Sydney over the Carnival. Blake Shin couldn't quite get the run when he needed and ran a narrow second and was taking ground off Sergeant Major, was charging through the line. They've taken it to Sydney. They bring it back. I think at this win, I think he'll win this and win it soft here. He's the best horse in the race by a mile, and I think he'll get the chocolates here from the outside draw. Not an issue in the world. Ruta Royale. I know what everyone's going to say. Calcelo beat Ruta Royale home last start and gets a weight pull here. Why have you got Ruta Royale above Calcelo? Well, because this horse should be in front for a long way, leading from barrier number 5, and has run some really good races in the past. I think has a map advantage on Calcelo from barrier 11, will go back, and though it does have the 55 heels and gets weight off the 2 class horses in the race, being No Strings Attached and Ruta Royale. with Sugarcoat in for fourth. I thought with the 51.5 could be up on speed with Rue Royale for a long way. And of course, there is an 8.5 kilo swing on that horse. But no strings attached. He's got to carry the weight. He gets Blake Shin. And I think that this horse is just farcically too good for this field. Race number 5 at Caulfeild is the Tobin Brothers Celebrating Lives benchmark 90 over the 1,000 metres. And I've got Oak Hill on top. And I'm pretty keen on him here. I think that this horse is hard to beat, has all the right form to be winning here. Coming out of the Country Discovery behind Midwest, who was a stormer from the back. Should have won, in my opinion, having no luck, getting held up and having no lot of luck until the last couple of last 50 metres. With that, I think should be winning here. Barrier number 2 is a little worrying, considering that this horse doesn't have any speed. Will be going back from the draw, though. Blake Shin on, I think, can improve lengths and be winning here. Perilous Fighter finish right alongside this horse in a bench and a 9.55 at the Valley. Gets a big weight pull on him here, though I think that this horse, I don't really know about this horse. I mean, on his form and figures, should be going close, but I think Oak Hill's just got the better turn of foot and will be storming home late and finishing over the top. Big Me was in the Country Discovery, finishing 5th, and gets a big weight pull on Oak Hill, carrying the 51 kilos. But again, I think Oak Hill's the better horse. And Acro Manch, though, is a 1,000-metre horse in the 1,000-metre race, though he's been disappointing in his most recent runs. Oak Hill on top to sit back off a hot speed, looking to be a hot speed, and come storming at the top and look pretty impressive doing it. Race number 6 at Caulfeild is the MRC Chairman's Club benchmark 100 over the 2,000 metres, and I am with that man again, Blake Shin on Immediacy. I think this horse is extremely hard to beat. Ran really well first up, and a race has proved to be a very good form reference, and then bolted in last start as favourite. I learnt my lesson during the week about changing horses after a win where I was on, so I'm not going to do that here. I'm with Immediacy. I think from barrier number 4, gets a little closer in the run than he did last start, and do it in the same manner as he did last start. Absolutely trot in here. He's the best horse in the race, and I think we'll be winning. Athel fled in for second, and this is the horse that I marked main danger to the favourite, and does get a significant weight swing of 4.5 kilos off that horse, though is only second up and has a wide draw, though won dominantly first up off a couple of years off when she ran in the Oaks against Zardozi. So I think that this horse has enough class to be running well. Shayar is a proven 2,000-metre horse in the race, though he doesn't perform away from Flemington, and Dashing Duchess was scratched through Warrnambool to be running here, and that must have been a big decision for Simon Wilde. But Immediacy in race 6 should win, shouldn't it? Caulfeild race number 7, and it's also that man again. I'm with him for quite a few races here. Blake Shin for Julius Sandy this time. 55.5 kilos on Oxford Blue. Likely goes back from the draw, but I think that this horse is the best horse in the race and has an absolute stack of class and should be winning here. Was pretty unlucky first up not to get the win. Bolted in second up, and then again lucky not to get the photo going his way last start. Blake Shin takes over from the outside draw. I think we'll sit back, watch it all unfold, and come storming over the top of them. Best horse in the race, and I think we'll be winning. Mustang Morgan in for second, has class on his side and should be in front for a long way in a race that looks pretty devoid of speed. $26 backed in from 41. I can see why. Coming out of the Group 1 New Zealand Derby and the Australian Derby behind Willie Do It and Aliana. That's very good form for a race like this. Jenny, you think, won her maiden, then went to the Auraria Stakes in Adelaide and ran really well. Craig Newt, Kieran Maher, 54 kilos. Those colours and that combination will be very good later on. Barry number 8, I think, can run well. And Hurry Curry in for 4th, coming out of the Auraria as well. But Oxford Blue for mine. Shin to get it over the line in race 7. I think it's a very, very good winning chance. Race number 8 at Caulfeild is the listed Anniversary Vase over the 1,600 metres, and it's all about one horse here, Pride of Jenny. I don't care what people are going to say, if they're going to grill me or not for tipping this, but she just has a considerable margin of class and lengths on this field. These are low-grade listed horses. This is a multiple Group 1 winner. She's got to carry the weight, I understand that, but with a soft lead on the cards, the only other horse that goes forward in this field is Regal Zeus, and he has the wide draw. If I was Kieran Maher and Tony Honoré, I'd be giving Froggy Newell one instruction: lead at all costs and find out how good she really is. This is a horse that started favourite in a Cox Plate and then started favourite after that, and then was pulled up with the bleed. Bolted in first up. I don't know really what happened second up. Was a head scratcher for the stable and us as punters. But look, just take her on face value of what she is. She's an absolute star, and I think we'll be getting the chocolates in quite dominant fashion. Froggy to get the job done. Helsing in for second. His hard feet coming off a listed win. Bet will price 54 k's from a good draw. Can run well. Regal Zeus should be up near somewhere near the speed and has been racing well. And Macram in for fourth. Really well first up off a bit of a break, but it's all about Pride of Jenny here. She'll win by about 5 lengths. Caulfeild race number 9 for the last. I am with Sunshine in My Pocket for the benchmark 84 over 1400 metres. I think this horse is hard to beat. Looks the class horse of this field. Has the 57.5 kilos. Has Ethan Brown in the saddle. Kieran Maher, Aussie Caher, Johnny O'Neill, that team for the ownership in those colours. Barrier 15, I think, is perfect. Goes back, and I think will come storming over the top and get the win. Has been in ripping form this preparation, winning first up, running. Maybe was disappointing at Flemington over 1400 metres behind. Is It Me? Then had an 8-week let up and ran an absolute cracker last start. I think it was a soft ground that got it beat at Flemington for the record as well, being starting at SP of 350, and then ran really well last start under Johnny Allen, narrowly missing out on the win behind Marble 9. I think this horse brings an exuberance of class here and will be sparkling it on this field late. Hughes, obviously in for second. This horse has a very good chance, though draws wide, though I think can run well off the back of 2 wins in his preparation. Gets the weight relief off its back for Logan Bates. High Arm Proud has been trialling or jumping out like an absolute superstar and can win here. And Kazalark, I think this is a horse to pay attention on here. Craig Newitt on 54 kilos, barrier 4, can go forward, and Waller, I think it's his only runner for the day in the weakest race of the day. I think it's one to pay attention at $23. But I'm with Sunshine in My Pocket in the last. I'm pretty confident to score to get it for Ethan Brown to get it over the line. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Lister Anniversary Stakes Day or Vase Day. Hope you've enjoyed the preview. I think I've got a couple of winners here and hoping to bounce back off what was a annoying and disappointing Warrnambool Carnival. But I'll leave that at that. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week.